Okay. That's working the way I want. I'll wait for at least a couple people to show up and then we will begin. Because I'm tired and not feeling great. So the sooner I do this, the sooner I can go to bed. God. This is the same vibe as your intro screens? Nice. Here, let me do this. Not that this matters, because I'm gonna delete all that later, but... yeah, this is actually my main layout, but, like, this is my main layout, but... I'm making adjustments tonight. Well, I'm not gonna use my camera to reveal the games, because I want to focus on the games themselves and all that. I'm gonna wait for at least another person to show up, I think, and then we'll begin, because I need to get this revealed. I've been sitting on this for a month, probably longer. And I'm tired and just worn out from a lot of things that have been going on. Imagine showing the games on real hardware. I could have done that, but that would have been really chaotic because I'd have to keep switching hardware. So we're doing a not a PowerPoint, but a Google Slides thing. But I need to reveal some information first before I actually kick off the game list. Yeah, I was like, you know what? I feel like while I have some energy, I might as well do this now. Hey, Arcadia, how you doing? Yeah, that would be funny. Hey, Zara. We've got most of the regulars here. I feel like now would probably be okay. I mean, I'm gonna highlight this reveal anyway, or at least I plan to. So if I make any mistakes during the reveal, everybody will see it and make fun of me. That's okay. When I did that list of 40 Game Boy games, I made a mistake in that reveal too. I accidentally forgot to cover up the games, so I revealed one game on accident. And that's the thing is, there's no way for me to accidentally reveal this entire list. One game accidentally being revealed early, yes, it's possible, but yeah. Doing alright also? Alright, well, how about we get to it? How about it? Let's just jump right in. You guys cool with that? Good, good, okay, so, let me make sure. Okay. Alright, so, let me explain. First of all, hopefully the music is okay. I just Googled, or not Googled, I literally searched on YouTube for copyright-free music. And it gave me a 2-hour playlist. So let me reveal some information about this, and this will be in a Google document. So first of all, this is a new speedrunning challenge called 40 Years, 40 Games. And the idea is, for this challenge, I'm going to learn a speedrun of a game that released in every year for the past 40 years. So, and that's really the only rule. Speedrun a game that was released in every year for the past 40 years. And you're probably wondering, why are you doing this challenge? And simply put, I feel like it. I want to do that. It's not something where I have to constantly be searching for games or anything like that. It's not like God Run 'Em All where I have to constantly be searching for games and constantly learning. Here, I have a set list of games that some of them I've wanted to do for a while. Some of them I had to research and be like, yeah, that looks okay. But let me just give some information. So, yeah, there are some games in the past that I have wanted to speedrun. I've talked about speedrunning it, and I just never got to it. But now we're finally going to get to it. And then there's some games that I have barely played at all. So, yeah. So, how I picked the games. Again, some of them were probably very easy decisions because some games I haven't been able to get to. And then some I had to do some research on. And there was a game released in every year that I could see myself running. So, I do just want to say that there are going to be some games in this list that are like, really that? Or you're like, wait a minute, that's a pick out of nowhere. I did a pretty fair amount of research. I had to take some games out and replace them. I had to, as I made this Google Sheets, or not Sheets, Google Slides presentation, I had to change a game while I was making this because it wasn't working. So yeah, also, if we get to a certain year and you're thinking, why aren't you doing this game for the challenge? There's one of two reasons. One is because I might already run the game. So for example, Super Mario 64, not eligible because I ran that before. I want to run brand new games. So Super Mario 64 is not eligible. The other reason why the game might not be in the list is because I don't want to do it. Also, if you see a game that you fact check it and you're like, wait a minute, that didn't release in that year. What I'm doing is I am playing the version of the game that released in the year that was specified. So for example, if a Japanese version of a game released in 1 year and the US version released later, if I'm picking the Japanese version for that year, if I'm picking that game for that year, I'm going to use the Japanese version. That's one example. You'll see that later. Am I going to change any of these games? Right now, I'm not planning to, but if a game or a category is too difficult to do, or at least finish, if I can't finish, then I'll look into changing a game or a category. But as of now, what you're going to see, this is the list. This is it. Also, I intend to do this list in order. So we'll go in order. However, there's no promises and there's no rules against it. If I feel like I want to jump around, I can and I might. But yeah. Also, this logo was made on freelogodesign.org because it was free. That's why it's kind of not very good quality. But anyways, I've been sitting on this for a while. I've been sitting on this this list of games that I've finalized. And like I said, I will post a Google document later that has all the information and the game list and everything. And plus there's some additional notes as to why I picked certain games. Exactly, this is my project. So yeah, are we ready? Let's get a little bit of hype before I start this reveal, because I need some hype to get through this because I'm exhausted and I'm drained and I'm not feeling great. But yeah, are we ready? Zara's got some hype. Zara knows what's up. He's giving me some hype. Arcade is giving me some hype. I like, oh, look at that. Animated emotes. All right. Here we go. We're starting with 1982 because yes, we're doing a 2021 game. Nice. All right, let's get to it. Hopefully this works as soon as I click it. Actually, I tell you what, if it goes to the first game, that's fine. But anyways, all right. First game, 1982, is Donkey Kong for the Atari. This is going to be one of the shortest games in this list because Atari games are very quick. So, yeah, Donkey Kong on the Atari. I've done Donkey Kong on NES, and I actually had to fact check this because I thought that this game released in 1981, but after fact checking, it did not. The arcade version released in that, but the Atari version released in 1982. So yeah, this is also going to be the oldest game I will have ever speedrun, is Donkey Kong on the Atari. This is the oldest game I will have ever run. So we're setting a new record just by starting this. We are setting a new record. So yeah, there's not a whole lot left to say about this one. So I think we're ready to go ahead and move on to the next game. 1983. This is a weird one coming up. You might be taken aback by this one, but 1983 is Popeye no Aigo Asobi. This is a Famicom game that teaches English. But since I already know English, I'm already gonna know what to do. So the idea in this game is you collect the stuff that you would collect in normal Popeye, like the regular Popeye game that I've ran before, and you have to spell out words, and you get to pick a category for what you want. So I figured this is there's not a ton of choices for 1983 anyways, so I went with this because it was either this or another Atari game. So yeah, again, some of these early games there's not going to be a whole lot to explain, but later on there will be. All right, so yeah, first two games right off the bat they have been revealed. So 1984. I think we're ready. 1984 is Wild Gunman. This is a black box game that uses the zapper. And we're going to do game C, because it seems to be the shortest category. I don't know what the other two categories entail, but we're going to go with Wild Gunman. I've wanted to run this for a fair amount, and I have a cartridge of this game now. I didn't used to have a cartridge. So, yeah, Wild Gunman. Also, I think Wild Gunman technically released in the US in 1985. However, it's literally the same ROM and like the same game. It's literally the same thing. So, yeah, Ariel would definitely hate this because he hated Duck Hunt. So, yeah. But yeah, that's gonna be the game for 1984. 1985. Actually, I lied. Donkey Kong might be the second shortest. It's either that one's the shortest or this next game is going to be the shortest. I did put in a few short games in this list just because a couple of them are going to be pretty lengthy, and I wanted to kind of mix it up a little bit. Very, different genres of games, different categories, different all kinds of stuff. So, 1985, The Tower of Druaga. And we're going to just do something very quick. Hopefully quick. I don't know how much RNG is in this game, if at all, but we're going to do 50,000 points on NES, or the Famicom version. It was in Baten Kaidos. Nice. So yeah, this is going to be one of the shorter goals in the challenge, or at least my final time will be a pretty short one. But yeah, this did not release in the US on the NES. Kaidos, blech, and you still put capital K-A. Yeah, it was in Baten Kaidos, and also Gil's armor is a Mii outfit in Smash Brothers, so that's probably another reason. That's probably another thing people remember. So yeah, 1985, The Tower of Druaga. You think he saw JSR playing this? Yeah, I don't know what specifically this game entails, but yeah. Okay. Ugh. I think we're ready to move on to 1986. After actually, no, the music's fine. No one's complaining yet. But anyways, 1986. This next game, this has been on my list for a long time. On my potential speed games list. This has been on here for a long time. And we're finally gonna do it. We are finally going to speedrun the Goonies. I ran Goonies 2. But I never ran the first game, and it was in Big 20 number 6. It was this was only a Famicom game. This did not release in the US. And this game does have a pretty decent amount of RNG. However, this game is still, doable. So, yeah. We'll finally have both Goonies games ran. So, I've actually never seen either Goonies movie, but I want to. The first Goonies is on my list, and if I like that, I might watch the second. We'll see. Maybe I'll watch that in preparation for this. But yeah, the Goonies. We'll finally get to play this one. And after the Goonies, for 1987, 1987 has a game that has been on my list for a long time. I'll show it first, and then I'll explain it, because this one might take a little bit to explain some stuff. I think you guys are ready for 1987. But, are you ready for the Karate Kid? The Karate Kid has been on my list of potential speed games for a while. And I actually started trying to learn this. I started trying to learn this a few years ago. But I didn't even have a power pack yet. So I gave up pretty quickly. I know this game is not easy, from what I've heard. Yeah. So, yeah, we're finally gonna conquer this game. I finally I'm ready to do this. We're finally gonna beat this game and get a speed run time. We're gonna do any percent. Goonies was any percent, by the way, in case anybody was forgetting. But yeah. Classic LJN, yeah, exactly. You see that LJN in the top left of the box art. So yeah, we're gonna master the martial arts. Trying to think if there was anything else. Yeah, I tried learning it, and I don't remember if I like got bored of it or if I just got frustrated because I didn't even have a power pack yet. So I said, you know what, forget it. But now we're gonna conquer this game. It's time to finish what I started with this game. The Karate Kid for 1987. All right. This next game, I'm excited for, but at the same time, I'm also nervous because this could go either way. Interactive. Yeah? I don't know. Hey, Kina, I've done that before. This isn't new. Like, I've played games on modern systems. I don't understand why. I mean, if you're going for a joke, then that's hilarious, but if you weren't, then that's not funny. That's not a joke. Anyways, 1988, I'm very excited for this one, but at the same time, this could also go very south. This could go south fast. Because I've only done half of this game. If anybody watched my interview with Apollo and Cananophone from Big 20 number 14, this next game I said was my favorite game in Big 20 number 14. And so I figured, why not? Why not put Gauntlet in here? Gauntlet any percent. We've learned about half the game already, but we also have to relearn it because we have to pick up some extra items. But yeah, Gauntlet. This game was a big surprise for me. I did not expect to like this game as much as I did. I did not expect it. But this game is gonna be this. At the very least, let's get that speedrun time. Let's get a time on the board. This was pretty much a no-brainer once I saw. Yeah, there's a chance that the rest of the game could be terrible and I'll hate the speedrun. There's a chance, but we don't know for sure. That's why we're gonna run it. Some of these games, I'm like, oh, that would be doable, but they could be terrible speedruns. We don't know yet. But yeah, Gauntlet. 1988, and we're gonna do any percent. And it's a NES game. Okay. That's correct. Every time you heal. Oh. There you go. That's your one. Okay, that's your one. All right. 1989. This 1989 probably has this game is probably the most unknown game for everybody. I don't think any of you will know what this next game is. But you know, I've had the cartridge of this game for a while. And it turns out this next game, you can use an NES zapper or a controller. You get to decide. So I feel like maybe we'll either do both or we'll do just one. I don't know yet. But in any case, 1989, we're going to play Operation Wolf. The time has come for someone to teach the terrorists what terror is all about. The only way to stop them is to get in, strike hard, and get out fast. Terrorists be warned. Operation Wolf is coming. Take no prisoners. So yeah, you get to use a zapper. I believe this is like a rail shooter, or I don't know if this game has multiple endings, but I guess we'll find out. But yeah, Operation Wolf for the NES for 1989. So yeah, I don't have a ton to say about this game. I believe it's either a rail shooter, it's a shmup, I don't know, but yeah, Operation Cut Tiger's yeah. Golly, somebody needs to make a ROM hack of this and put in Who Killed Captain Alex characters. That's a great idea. All right, so 1990, the game for 1990. There were a lot of potential choices for 1990. There were a lot, but I decided to go with something a little bit obscure, a little bit. Reason being is that I think in this entire list there's only going to be 2 puzzle games, and this is going to be one of them. So yeah, this is going to be a little bit of an obscure one, but at the same time I feel like this could be cool. And last time I checked, there are infinite continues, so the game is forgiving in that sense. But anyways, 1990 is Moai-kun. I actually thought about changing this, but I said, you know what, let's leave it, because this game is pretty fun. I've only played a little bit of it, but I really liked how the game felt, and yeah, I think this would be very neat. And yes, this was a Big 20 game. This was Big 20 number 6. So yeah, this was the Famicom edition. So yeah. Alright, if you guys are getting sick of NES and Famicom games, don't worry, because this next game is not a NES game. 1991. I think I'll reveal the game, and then I'll explain why I picked it, because, well, you might already know. Yeah, it is surprisingly technical. You might know why I picked the game for 1991. You might already know why as soon as you see it, but, let's just get to it. 1991 is Quackshot, starring Donald Duck. Any percent. This is a Sega Genesis game. The Genesis has made an appearance in my challenge. If anybody remembers that one Mega 16 race I did, I only did one Mega 16. This was my favorite game in that list. And I wanted to run the whole thing. So, I slotted it in here as soon as I saw it was 1991. A Link to the Past, I actually did not consider A Link to the Past. I did not consider that. I wanted to do Quackshot. A Link to the Past, I don't think I'll ever speedrun. I've beaten the game before. I actually just beat it last year for the first time. But, oh yeah, Donald running is the best part of this game. And we have to run the entire game. Running and sliding. But yeah, A Link to the Past, I think I beat for the first time last year. And, I like the game, but I don't think I'll ever speedrun it for several reasons. I'm not getting into any of those right now, though, because we're trying to have fun and reveal stuff. We're not trying to... I'm not getting on a soapbox. So anyways, yeah, Quackshot, 1991. Any percent. We're just going to do any percent. I don't know if there's any other categories, actually. But yeah, okay. 1992. This next game I've actually never played. But I've heard so many good things about it that I feel like I just have to try it. And there's a category that seems very easy, so I figured, you know what? I feel like we could at least go with the easiest. I think we have the easiest category for this. Let's find the easiest category, and it seems doable. So, 1992. Cowabunga. TMNT4, Turtles in Time. We're going to do any percent, one player, one controller on easy. I figured that was the easiest category to get into. And, yeah, this game I've heard a lot of good things about. So, as soon as I saw this, and I kind of, you know, took a look at some things, and I'm like, you know what? If this game is either as good or better than TMNT 3 on NES, then I think we're in a good spot. So yeah, TMNT 4. I've never played this. Also, in the box art, I'm just realizing I found the PAL artwork, but whatever, it's not a big deal. But yeah, TMNT 4. All right, Arcadia Legend. This next game's for you. Arcadia, pay attention. This next game is all for you. This is I literally picked this game because of you. As soon as I saw it, I'm like, we're doing this. You ready? Let me know when you're ready. Oh, okay, here we go. 1993. The game that we will be speedrunning for 1993 is Kirby's Adventure. Any percent, no major glitches. We're not gonna do the major glitch that skips the whole game. We're not doing that. But yes, this game was so fun. I played this for the first time at the beginning of this year. This game was so fun that I decided I can't pass on this. I can't pass on it. I have to do this. And yeah, this game's just great. This is a great game. So yeah, shout out to Arcadia. She loves this game, so I'm like, yeah, this is the Arcadia game. Once I get here, this is the Arcadia game. So yeah, need I say more? So 1994 is interesting because I needed to, so far some of these games, there's not a ton of variety, a little bit here and there. We've got a beat 'em up, we've got some platformers, we have a puzzle game, we have a shmup or a rail shooter or something. But we don't have a racing game yet. For example. So, for 1994, to show off the variety of the games that I'm doing, we're going to do Stunt Race FX. And the category I chose, we're just going to do the Speed Tracks NTSC on Novus. So Zara, I am joining you on the leaderboard for a category for Stunt Race FX. I figured this is a very unique looking game in this whole thing. Or just in general, especially on Super Nintendo. Yeah, and that was my thing. I decided to go with something a little bit shorter. But yeah, Stunt Race FX. Good luck getting used to the controls. Yeah. Well, hey, that's part of the challenge, right? But yeah, Stunt Race FX. Shoutouts to Zara. That's the Zara game in this. And yeah, again, this kind of adds some variety to this whole list. Oh boy, 1995 I'm a bit worried about showing for a couple reasons. Let me say this first. 1995 was one of the hardest years to find a game. It was one of the hardest years to find a game for. At first, I was going to do a PC game called Let's Explore the Airport. Well, I would have to route that game and make a leaderboard and just a bunch of this extra stuff that I didn't really feel like doing. And I did find another game that was released in 1995 that has a leaderboard, and I said, you know what? Okay. I just straight up said okay. 1995 might be a little bit of a weak pick, maybe? But we're going to go with this anyway. And I will say the Game Boy is making an appearance in this list. Because for 1995, we are going to learn the speedrun for Un Indien dans la ville. This is also known as Little Indian in the City. This was a game that was put in Tiny 10 number 9. And that was the list that only one person practiced for. This was one of the games that I said, maybe. This might be an okay game. Well, we're going to find out. This game is in. So yeah, we had a lot of bangers, as Ariel said, but yeah, we're going to go with something a little bit obscure for this one. We're going to throw in one obscure game in there. We have a bunch of just knockout hits, and then it's like, you know what? Let's put in one different game. Auto-scrollers, yeah, there are a lot of auto-scrollers, or at least half the game is, but that's okay, that's okay. Alright. So, 1996. What game am I going to do for the year I was born? I was born in 1996. I would have done, here's the thing, I would have done Super Mario 64. Because Super Mario 64, fun fact, in Japan, it released one day before the day I was born. Just straight up the day I was born, Mario 64 released in Japan one day before that. So, I totally would have done it if I had not run the game before. So, on the trend of what games came out in Japan, what game might have released in Japan before the US version? The US version of this next game came out in 1997, but I have a Japanese cartridge of this next game, and that's what I'm going to use to learn the game. We're going to learn Mario Kart 64. All cups, no skips. This is a clean race. We're going to learn how to get through these courses. This could be a tough game. This could be tough. There's a very good chance that this might be one of the harder games. But, as it stands right now, we're going to do Mario Kart 64. And we're going to do the Japanese version, because the Japanese version came out in 1996. The US version released in 1997, but I have a Japanese cartridge. We're going to play on the Japanese version. Mario Kart 64, that is the game for 1996, for the year I was born. So yeah, if I had not run Super Mario 64, I 100% would have put that in. No question. I would have put that in. Okay. Up next. I don't think this next game needs any introduction. I don't think it does. Star Fox 64 for 1997. And we're going to do any percent, and we're going to play on console. No introduction needed for this game. So yes, this is an auto-scroller, or at least some of it is. A lot of it. A lot of it is an auto-scroller. But, yeah. This game is great. Am I good at this game? Not really. When's the last time I played this game? Probably 10 plus years ago. It's been a long time. Or at least a long time since I've like beaten the game. I played the 3DS version as well. But yeah. Star Fox 64. I have not run a Star Fox game yet, so we're finally going to do this one. Alright. Another game that needs no introduction. Let's say this. For 1998, as soon as I saw this game, I said, you know what, screw it. We have to do this. Uh-oh, I'm dropping frames. 1 second. I'm dropping frames. Okay. I dropped some frames there. Sorry about that. But anyways, 1998, as soon as I saw this game, as soon as I was doing research, I'm like, if I don't put this in, then there's a crime. Because I haven't done this game yet. And everyone else has. We're finally going to learn Ocarina of Time. And the category I picked is we're going to do Defeat Ganon, no SRM. So we're not doing any crazy, like, ace, arbitrary code crap. The goal is to beat Ganon. We're finally going to get a time for this game. I believe so. I don't know. You're asking me questions I don't know the answer to. I am not an expert in this game. That's the whole point, is I'm going to learn stuff. But no, we're not doing any crazy, like, we're not warping to the credits or anything like that. We're not doing anything stupid like that. The goal is to beat Ganon. So yeah. That's the game for 1998. So, 1999. This wasn't crazy difficult to figure out. Or at least, like, to decide. Because once I saw this game, I'm like, you know, there's not really anything else that pops out. But this next game pops out to me. So we're going to go for it. 1999, I have chosen Spyro 2 Ripto's Rage. And the category we're going to do is 40 orb. So you have to get 40 orbs, then you can go fight Ripto. I love Spyro 1. And I really enjoyed Spyro 2. I really did. Is it better than Spyro 1? No. But I really enjoyed this game. So this was kind of a no-brainer for me. Spyro 2 definitely takes a little bit of a different... It has a different, like, gameplay style, I guess. Or, like, a different way to play. But, yeah. Spyro 2 has made it into this list. Alright, so... Now we kind of get into a few games that are kind of obscure. Because... there's not a lot of games that, one, I have access to, and two... that just were very good, solid games, you know? I feel like early 2000s, things were just a little bit rough. At least, you know, depending on what kind of stuff you liked. And, yeah, so we're getting into a few obscure games, but, one of the... in the next, like, what? I don't know. There's a couple games, like, the next probably 2 games are a little bit, like, really that? But, yeah. Alright, we're entering the 2000s. Unfortunately, we're not going to start the 2000s very great. This was a game that I struggled with 2000. 2000 I struggled with. There weren't a lot of choices either. But this next game I do own the cartridge for, so I said sure. For 2000, we're gonna do 102 Dalmatians Puppies to the Rescue for the Game Boy Color. The Game Boy Color has made an appearance in the list. From what I can tell, this is just a simple platformer. Like, I don't know. This game actually made it into the Discathlon that RGL did. And the world record, I think, is like 23 minutes or something. So it's not crazy long. It's, yeah. However, this game is probably just a super generic game. But hey, you know what? Yeah. Shovelware made it in. There you go. There you go. So yeah. I've never actually seen the movie either, by the way. Were any of the games before this a Disney game? Yeah, Quackshot. Quackshot, well, yeah. So this is the second Disney game that made it in. Yeah. Alright, 2001. So 2001, here's the thing. There's a Game Boy Advance game called Snood that I could have done, but I'm like, this game is not even that good, and it's boring, and it's really short, and it's just, yeah, I wasn't exactly excited about it. So then I saw this game, and I'm like, you know what? I remember seeing this game. 2001, alright, I don't know if I can do your year justice, because 2001 was also very tough, but I settled on Return of the Ninja, any percent glitchless. This is the same series as Shadow of the Ninja. So, yeah, we're gonna do Return of the Ninja. I think there's a glitch that skips a stage. We're not gonna do that. Glitchless actually has more runs for it. It's a more popular category, and I said, you know what? Let's just go with glitchless. I don't know what the glitch even entails. I think it's you skip a stage. But yeah, Return of the Ninja. So we did Shadow of the Ninja, now we're gonna do Return of the Ninja. Alright. 2002. This next game, I think I'm more excited for 2002 than you guys might be, because this next game, I played a lot when I was a kid. I played this a lot when I was a kid. Like, anytime I was in like a van ride or a car ride or something, I could beat this game in one sitting. And now we're finally gonna bring this game back out and do it again. 2002 is Power Rangers Wild Force for the Game Boy Advance. The Game Boy Advance makes its first appearance. This is half beat 'em up and half fighting game. Except the fighting game portion is extremely easy. It's actually a joke. The music in this game is great. I loved playing this game when I was a kid. Seemed like a no-brainer to me. 2002, I think, kind of had a few good choices, but I'm like, you know what? Yeah, let's go with this. I keep dropping frames. I'll wait for it to get back. Once it comes back, then okay. Yeah, if the stream is buffering for you guys, I'm sorry. But it's, yeah, I keep dropping frames here and there. I'm not really sure why, but anyways, 2003, you guys ready? 2003. This next game, I used to have, imagine not dropping frames. I used to have a channel point incentive that would allow you guys to make me reveal a game that was in my potential speed game list. But since I made that public for my mods, I decided to take that incentive away. However, this next game was revealed via an incentive. And we're finally gonna do it. We're gonna learn Spyro Attack of the Rhinox. This is another Game Boy Advance game I loved playing when I was a kid. So yeah, Spyro got in twice. 2 Spyro games made it. So yeah. Yeah, this was a game that was revealed. So yeah, I figured, hey, let's bring it back out. Let's do this. This game I really like. You can get different types of breaths, like fire breath, ice breath, etc. And yeah, you use those to defeat the Rhinox and win. So yeah, I'm excited for this one. Okay. 2004. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna reveal 2004's game, and then I need to explain it because there's actually a lot that goes into 2004. 2004. Can you get stinky breath? Well, maybe Spyro's natural breath. Maybe he uses poop paste or something. I don't know. But anyways, I'm distracted. 2004. Let's reveal the game first because we have a lot to talk about with this next game. 2004 is Fable. The very first Fable game. Any percent. Here's the thing about Fable. This was not in the list initially. This was not in the list when I first did this. When I was making, I even had a different game in this slide. I had to change it later. This was not in the list at first. The game that was originally in here was Killzone. However, the PS2 version of Killzone is kind of glitchy and doesn't run too well on all consoles, including mine. So I said, forget it. Let's find something else. I saw Fable. I said, sure. Fable actually was on my list of games I might have wanted to run. So I mean, it's not like I just randomly picked this. I'm like, oh, well, Fable was on my list. Let's try that. And also I ran Fable 3. And also there's a new Fable game coming out later. So, hype. Let's do some Fable. So yeah, everything kind of worked out. We're going to do Fable. Now, I am going to play Fable on my Xbox 360. However, it's backwards compatible. So it's 2004, it still counts. So yeah, Fable. Fabulous, exactly. All right. 2005. This next game, you might look at it and say there's not a ton of variety here. Actually, no, you would, because this next game is very different from the rest of this. This is going to be a very different game than everything we've seen so far. But I'm excited to do this. As soon as I beat this game, I'm like, I want to get a speedrun time, because that would be cool. 2005. We're going to... The PC has finally entered. We're going to do a PC game. We're going to play Gun. I don't really like Western games or Western movies or Western TV shows. I'm just not a big fan of Western. It's just not my thing. Except for Gun. I love this game. I played Red Dead Redemption, and after like 4 hours, I got bored, and I was like, I don't really want to play the rest. I don't really care. I played Gun. Love this game. Yes, this game graphically is very outdated. Yes, this game kind of has some, I don't want to say racism, but like it's, I guess it is. So it's, you know, I don't know. I'm not saying that I picked this game because it's racist. I'm saying this because there were people who complained about that. That being said, this game is still amazing. So yeah, we're gonna do any percent new game. And if you want to try to find the speedrun.com page for this, good luck. You type in Gun, and Gun doesn't show up. So then you have to type in Gun, click on More when it says like a list of games, then it says More, and then you have to find it in that list of all the games. It's annoying, but anyways, yeah, Gun. The PC has finally made its way into this challenge. Okay, 2000. Yeah, that's true. Hey Tia, how you doing? All right, 2006. This next game is the longest game in this list. But I really like this game, so we're gonna do it. This is gonna be a long game. Yeah, I'm the same way, Tia. I might not seem like it, I'm exhausted. But anyways, 2006, here we go. Longest game, but it's a game I love, and it's my favorite Zelda game. It's Twilight Princess. We're going to do the GameCube version because it released in 2006. And we're going to do any percent. But we're not going to do... The thing is that I might not learn every glitch or anything like that. The goal is just to beat the game. So yeah. The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess will be representing 2006. It's my favorite Zelda game. I love this game. Am I a huge Zelda fan in general? No. But of the Zelda games I've played, I like this one. So yeah. This kind of was an easy decision in that case. Now, yes, this is going to be the longest goal. This could be a few hours, like 4 hours for me, but that's okay. I don't mind having one game that will take a few hours. So if you were thinking ahead and thinking, oh, maybe he'll do this game even though it's like 6 hours, sorry, that's not in. So I probably killed some predictions there. Bait and Kaido's 100%, sorry, not doing that. All right, so, oh man, this next game, I don't know what the reaction to this is gonna be. I think it's safe to say we've had at least one meme pick, at least one. Persona 5 Royal, no. I think it's safe to say we've had one meme game in this list. We're about to have two. Are you guys ready to see what I picked for 2007? For 2007, not really ready, no. Well, there's no way to get ready now because we're showing it. We play. I'm not kidding. We're doing this. I am not kidding. If you thought that this was a joke or that I have an actual, this is not a meme game. Okay, let me explain something here. But what do we play? Great question. So here's the thing about We Play. We did Wii Sports. We did Wii Sports Resort. After Twilight Princess, which is one of the longest games in the challenge, I wanted to do something a little bit shorter. And by that I mean a lot shorter. And We Play, you can get We Play anywhere. Like, you can get this game anywhere. You could go to literally any game store. Like, it probably has We Play. I bought a copy of this game for, I think, $1. So time to put that dollar to use. So we're going to do all games. The category that I chose, we're going to do all the games on a new game. So we're going to start a new file, play all the games, do them all. So yeah. I don't know. Then again, you know, Ariel's saying it's not a meme game, and I guess maybe it's not. I mean, some of these activities are pretty fun. I've played this game. It's fun. Like, it's fun, but it's also kind of like after Twilight Princess, it's like, you chose We Play after that? Like, all right, 2008. You guys ready for this next one? Because this next one is going to be something that I love. This next game, I've never streamed it. I don't really talk about it much, but this also is going to have some variety in it because we don't have any horror games in this yet. So I decided to throw in a horror game, and the one I chose is Dead Space. And we're going to play any percent on console. I'm going to play the Xbox 360 version on the Xbox One through backwards compatibility. They split the leaderboards between console and PC. So yes, a horror game made it into this list. Dead Space. And I really enjoyed this game. This is a great game. I have Dead Space 2 and 3. I haven't played those yet, but I want to. I really want to play those games. I really like this game. So yeah. Oh boy. Okay, 2009. 2009. I'm getting kind of like, I'm getting chills. I'm kind of getting nervous because I am finally gonna be able to say that we're gonna do this game. This game has been sitting in my brain for 6 years, and I finally am gonna do it. We're finally gonna do this next game. I have wanted to do this game since 2015, maybe even 2016. And I never got to it. But that will finally change, because 2009, we are doing Batman Arkham Asylum. We are finally gonna do this game. This has been sitting and just sitting and sitting and sitting. And it's finally time for Batman Arkham Asylum. I ran Arkham City. Arkham City is one of my top 5 favorite games ever. Yes, Bvatnab made it into this list. Batman Arkham Asylum. We're going to do any percent on PC because I have a really good PC now. I'm so I'm excited. If anything, I'm more excited for this game than any of the others in this list. 2010. We're in the 2010s now. So, 2010. I will say, if I didn't run GoldenEye 007 on Wii in 2010, I would have done that. But what some of you guys might not know is that another James Bond game actually released in 2010. Was it as good as GoldenEye Wii? No. Was it at least a decent put together game? Sure. It wasn't bad. It wasn't great. And so we're going to do it. We're going to do it. We're going to do another James Bond game. I did Nightfire. I did GoldenEye on Wii. I did GoldenEye Reloaded. And now we're going to do 007 Bloodstone. Any percent console. So I'm going to play on the Xbox 360. I wanted to get the PC version of this. You either have to steal it or you have to buy the physical copy. And I said, you know what? They split the leaderboards anyway. We'll play on the Xbox 360. So yeah, even if you're not familiar with the game, at least people are familiar with James Bond. I mean, hey, you know. So yeah, now we have a third-person shooter in this thing. I mean, Gun is already a shooter, but Gun's more of a Western. But now we have a, yeah. Now we've got another shooter. Okay, 2011. This game I don't think needs an introduction. However, let me say this. First of all, before I lie to you guys, I have the list of games on my phone, so I'm scrolling through. Okay, so this next game. Okay, hang on a second. Yeah, this game kind of flew under the radar, but for good reason. It was only an okay game. It wasn't really that exciting, but that's okay. This next game, if you're sitting there wondering, you know, we've only seen Mario once. Can we have another Mario game? Ask and you shall receive. Not quite. Galaxy 2, I think, came out in 2010. I think. We're going with Super Mario 3D Land for the Nintendo 3DS. And we're going to do any percent. We had Mario Kart, but as far as like a Mario like platformer, Mario 3D Land. Yeah, this game is great. It's kind of easy, or at least casually it's very easy, but hey, you know, that's okay. Easy doesn't mean bad. And yeah, I have a 3DS capture device, and I want to put it to good use, so here we go. We get to use it again. Excuse me. I'm almost out of water here. I'm drinking water, but I'm almost out. Okay. So now you're probably wondering... Yeah. So now you're probably wondering, well, now we have a 3D Mario, but what about a 2D Mario? Again, ask and you shall receive. I almost didn't put this game in. I almost didn't put in New Super Mario Bros. 2. I almost sat this out. I'm not kidding. I almost picked something different, but I said, you know what? If I can have Spyro in here twice, why can't I have Mario in here twice? Think about it. If Spyro's in here twice, why not Mario twice? So yeah, New Super Mario Bros. 2. This game is underrated. This game is underrated. There's a ton of coins. And there's auto-scrollers, yes. But it's underrated. And plus, I can use my 3DS capture device again. Oh, man. Hang on. I gotta drink water. I am really nervous about showing you guys this next game. Let me ask you guys this. Actually, I tell you what, the first person to answer this, that's what I'm going to do. Should I reveal the game first, or should I talk about the process of picking the game first? Do you want to see the game first, or should I talk about the process of picking 2013's game? First answer is what I'm going with. Game first or process first? Reveal first? Okay, I saw reveal first on my end. Arcadia got it first. 2013's game is Injustice: Gods Among Us. You're probably wondering, hold on a minute. What is going on here? Injustice is a fighting game. You're bad. You're terrible at fighting games. What is this? What are you doing? Let's talk about this, because we have a lot to discuss with this. First of all, 2013 was by far the hardest year to find a game. This was almost impossible to find a game in this year that was like, yeah, let's do that. Yeah, that seems okay. Let's do this. It was really tough. If you have paid attention to my Steam activity, you might have noticed that I've played a little bit of this game, because I was practicing and testing this game to see if it would be okay. There's a category, story mode, and you can set the difficulty to very easy. So I tried it out, and it is very doable. I actually want to finish the story mode just to make sure that I can do it. But yeah, we don't really have any fighting games in this list. I mean, there's a couple games that have fighting game elements, but a straight up fighting game, here it is. Injustice: Gods Among Us. And Ultimate Edition did come out in 2013, in case you're questioning that. So yeah, here it is. This was the most difficult decision in this entire process, was figuring out 2013's game. And I owned Injustice. I think I got it for free, actually. I think it went on sale or something, or like it was like a free game on Steam for a short period, and I went ahead and grabbed it because screw it, why not? So yeah, here we go. This was the toughest game to figure out, but I finally made a decision, and I think I made at least a decent one. Injustice: Gods Among Us. We have a fighting game in here now, and a modern fighting game too. Okay. With that out of the way. Okay, you're saying wait. That's fine. Hey, I'll wait. If you have a question, go for it. By the way, if anybody has questions about... Okay. Yeah, Among Us got in here. There you go. Among Us got in here. People wanted to see Among Us? Yeah. If anybody has questions about something that I've already revealed, then you can ask that. But if you're saying, hey, for 2020, are you going to do FF7? It's like, how about you chill for a second, okay? Anyways, let's go to 2014. 2014 is kind of a wild card pick. I'm going with a wild card here. So here we go. 2014 is The Room. No, this is not the Tommy Wiseau movie. I already ran that game. This is a different game called The Room. Just so we're clear. I already speedrun. I already speedrun the Tommy Wiseau fan-made game. I already have a speedrun for that. This is a different game. This is called The Room, and it's a 3D puzzle game. So Moai-kun is a 2D puzzle game. The Room is a 3D puzzle game. This game is great. I really like this game. And you'll see the category is Epilogue PC. There's an epilogue in this game. We're gonna do the epilogue. We're gonna do the whole game. And so basically this is going to be a giant memorization test. Can I memorize the answers and where to click and what to drag and all that? Can I memorize it all? And can I beat this game quickly? Yeah, it's kind of like an escape room if you think about it. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. But yeah, I really enjoyed playing this game. I played it blind. I think The Room 2 is actually $1 on Steam right now. Maybe I'll go ahead and grab it because, yeah. Alrighty. 2014, not a ton left to say about this game. 2015, I might get some laughs for this one. I might get some laughs. But I'm serious about this next game. It's not because of the game. It's because of... Well, you'll see. You'll see what's going to make you guys possibly giggle. 2015, we're going to learn Splatoon. Any percent. The Wii U made it into this list. My Wii U is covered in dust at the moment. But I still have it, and I still have Splatoon 1. So we're gonna learn this game. Splatoon is one of the best games on the Wii U. Not even kidding. It's one of the best games on there. So yeah, well, I mean, it's a great game. But yeah, I have to dust off the Wii U and make sure it works and learn Splatoon. Yep. Okay, let's see. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. There's 6 games left. Am I excited for Splatoon 3? Yes, but I'm not crazy excited. I'm definitely interested, but yeah. Yeah, I have to make sure it works. Yeah. If it doesn't, I'll have to switch the game. All right. 2016. You know, 2016 is interesting because, to my knowledge, this is an indie game. So an indie game made it into this list for 2016. Now, this next game, it initially released in 2015. However, they made a revised remaster version that released on PC in 2016. That's what we're doing. We're gonna do Typo Man Revised. This game is amazing. I don't understand how people don't know about this game, but it's amazing. And we're gonna do any percent revised. This version released in 2016. We're playing this version. Typo Man is great. You know this game? Awesome. I mean, we're already friends, but you just became an even bigger friend of mine. This game, I wouldn't even say it looks stupid. I think this game looks great. This game, you have to spell words to create things to be able to navigate through the levels. So kind of like a puzzle, but also a platformer. Puzzle platformer. There you go. But yeah, Typo Man Revised. And yeah, again, Revised released in 2016. And that's the version we're playing. And yeah, I actually did want to run Typo Man a long time ago, but I just kind of put this game on hold. I have this game on Wii U, the original one. It was on Wii U. It was Wii U exclusive at first, but since nobody had a Wii U, they were like, all right, screw it, port it everywhere else. 2017 coming up. I will say, 2017, I considered The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Couldn't bring myself to do it, at least not yet. I didn't want to do it yet. Because I already have 2 other Zelda games in here. And I don't know. I already had 2 other Zelda games. And plus, I found something else that I'm like, you know what? Let's do this instead. This is a shorter game. And plus, we have a couple of long games coming up. So let's do something a little bit shorter. So 2017 is ARMS. And we're going to do 1-player Grand Prix on easy. Because I suck at this game. I am horrible at ARMS. This is probably, like, yeah, I'm terrible at this game. But I paid full price for this game digitally because an ARMS fighter was joining Smash, and I said, screw it. I'll go ahead and buy the game because there was also a demo. Yes, this came out in 2017. June of 2017. Yeah. This game, I am terrible at this game. Some people love this game, and that's fine. I'm bad at it. So, yeah, ARMS. I think the world record for this category is like under 10 minutes. I'm not going to get anywhere close to that, but hey, you know, I'll do what I can with this game. I will do what I can. Oh, and yeah, the Switch has now entered this this challenge. The Switch has made it. So we have a bunch of different consoles that are in this whole thing. So that's awesome. All right, 4 games left. 2018, we're gonna do a sequel to a game I've already run before. This game is great. Unravel 2. I already did the first Unravel. Now we're gonna do the second one. Unravel 2. So now you have 2 characters and you have to get both of them through the levels, and they both have to work together and everything. This game was made with the intention of co-op, but you can play 1 player. And that's what we're gonna do. And we're gonna do 80% console. We're gonna play on the PS4. So technically the PS4 made it into this thing. So yeah, Unravel 2. This game is great. I agree. All right. 2019. There were a few good picks for 2019. There were a few different games I could have gone with, but I decided to go with this next one because it just seemed the most, it just kind of jumped out to me, I guess. There's no real reason for me picking this one over anything else, but we're going to go with Super Mario Maker 2. It has a story mode, so that's why we're doing it. And we're gonna do story mode, no Luigi assist. No help from that. If I'm bad at the game, then I'm bad at the game, straight up. So yeah, Super Mario Maker 2. Yeah, this one, yeah. There were a lot of good choices for this one, but I decided to go with this. Super Mario Maker 2. And yeah, the first Mario Maker was kind of nonsensical as a speed run, but this one hopefully is, you know, not like that because it's a story mode. I can learn the levels and get through it that way. And plus you can like pick which ones you actually want to do. So there's some different routing you can do, I guess, if you want, or if there are certain levels you're better at than others, you can go with those. So yeah. 2 games left. 2 games left. I want to say something real quick. Hang on, I gotta drink some water. My throat is killing me. If I had done this challenge last year, I would have chosen Final Fantasy VII Remake. I 100% would have chose it. I did not do that this time. I did not go with that because the game is just too long. I didn't want to make the challenge too daunting for me. I love FF7 Remake, but yeah. We are not going to go with that. 2020 also had some other great games. It had Ghost of Tsushima, for example, but that's a really long game too. So we're going to go with something a little bit wackier. I do love this next game, but is it like on the same level as FF7R or Ghost of Tsushima or even Animal Crossing? No, but it's still fun. 2020 is Clubhouse Games 51 Worldwide Classics. And the category, I'm going to do all games, and the goal is to finish the games. So yeah, this is going to be kind of wacky. Kind of something silly right before the final game. But yeah, Clubhouse Games 51 Worldwide Classics. So yeah. That's what we're doing for that one. We play as a meme, but not this. No, this is kind of a meme too. But yeah, if I had done this challenge 1 year ago for 2020 as the final game, I would have done Final Fantasy VII Remake, because that was Game of the Year last year. Well, my Game of the Year last year. And I did replay Final Fantasy VII. That's the other thing. The original Final Fantasy VII, I only have on Switch and PS1 now. And I mean, I already made a whole YouTube video on this, but I would not have played that for, I think it was 1997. I would not have done FF7 because it was on the Switch and it has extra features. I would not have done that. So yeah, and just in case anybody was curious about that, because I when I was doing research, I was like, I don't really want to do that. Okay, there's only one game left. There's only one left. I'm gonna tell you guys, there's a chance that people might be disappointed by this one. There is a chance. But I really liked this game. This next game for 2021. 2021 is still ongoing. So there's even a chance that I might change this last game. But at the same time, maybe I won't. I really like this next game. However, I know a lot of people are not really familiar with this. I will say, Bowser's Fury was on the first draft of this. I took it out. And there's a couple reasons. You might be disappointed to hear that, but yeah, Bowser's Fury was on this initially. I took it out. For one, it was bundled with a 2013 game, so you know, some idiot might try to argue that oh no, it's a 2013. It's just a port of that with extra mode. Like, you know, some idiot would have done that, and I didn't want to run into that argument. But also, I started thinking, 1982, we're doing Donkey Kong on the Atari. We're doing 1982 Donkey Kong Atari. That's super basic video gaming. What's something that kind of, when you look at it, you're like, that's super modern? That was my thinking. What's something that is a lot more modern? And yeah, there were a lot of Mario games already, so that's why I took out Bowser's Fury. So, I have a really good PC now. And I decided to go, yeah, I went with Fortnite, exactly. No, I decided to go with something that is technically impressive. Maybe not the most exciting game to watch or speedrun. But, you know, something that kind of, I feel like would represent 2021 better. The final game in the list is The Medium, any %. I beat this game a few months ago. I was kind of mixed on the ending, but this game, even though, yes, it's a walking simulator, but this is a very interesting game. A very interesting game, a very good game. So, some people might argue it's not the strongest finish, but I'm still happy with this pick. I'm happy with it. So yeah, the final game in the list is The Medium. I mean, hey, I agree it's a good ending, but I know others might disagree. This game ghosted me. Yeah, there you go. It ghosted me. So yeah. Excuse me. That's the game list. Let's go back and refresh what we're doing. Donkey Kong on the Atari. Popeye no Aigo Asobi. Wild Gunman. The Tower of Jiraga. The Goonies. The Karate Kid. Gauntlet. Operation Wolf, Moai-kun, Quackshot starring Donald Duck, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 4, Turtles in Time, Kirby's Adventure, Stunt Race FX, Un Indien dans la Ville, Mario Kart 64, Star Fox 64, The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, Spyro 2 Ripto's Rage, 102 Dalmatians, Puppies to the Rescue for the Game Boy Color, Return of the Ninja, Power Rangers Wild Force, Spyro Attack of the Rhinox, Fable, Gun, The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, We Play, Dead Space, Batman Arkham Asylum, 007 Bloodstone, Super Mario 3D Land, New Super Mario Bros. 2, Injustice Gods Among Us, The Room, Splatoon, Typo Man Revised, ARMS, Unravel 2, Super Mario Maker 2, Clubhouse Games 51 Worldwide Classics, and The Medium. "40 years, 40 games." Those are the 40 games that will represent each year. What do you guys think? Thoughts on the list? Any games you like, don't like? What are y'all's thoughts? Give me some feedback here. Nice list, thank you. 6 of these games you also have to learn. Well, there you go. You like it? Nice. Yeah, I was so excited to put Kirby's Adventure in here. I was so excited to put that in here. It was kind of a no-brainer. I was like, Arcadia's gonna love this. You like this? Nice. And hey, here's another thing. Yeah, and that's the thing. There's going to be a couple games in this list that people might not really know. But hey, there were a ton of games in here that everybody knew. Everyone was like, oh my god, you put that game in. Sweet. Like, you know, there's a lot of that. And yeah, and I wanted that variety. I wanted to show, you know, we don't have 40 platformers. We have shooter games, platformers, racing, puzzle, shovelware. Like, we've kind of got a lot of different things. Yeah, exactly. What Ariel said, it's a French-only Game Boy game. That game is also called Little Indian in the City. But, yeah. And yeah, and we have a bunch of different platforms too. NES, Genesis, SNES, Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, Xbox 360, PS4, PC, Nintendo 64, GameCube got a game, Wii got a game, Wii U made it in here, Switch, original Xbox, PS2, wait, I don't think we have any PS2 games in here. No, we don't. I had to take one out. Killzone was gonna be here, but I had to take it out. Game Boy Advance. PlayStation 1 got in. Virtual Boy. Yeah, I did skip that. And yeah, we're finally gonna learn an Atari game as well. So yeah, I'm glad you guys at least like the list. Like I said, I intend to do this in order. But if I feel like jumping around, or if there's a game that's a little bit too tough, or I need more time and I want to tackle 2 games at once, I might jump around a bit. Then I'll do that. But yeah. Like, for example, like, I don't know, like Donkey Kong and Popeye no Igo Asobi, and maybe even Wild Gunman, I might knock those 3 out in one night. Honestly, because those are going to be very quick. Tower of Draga, maybe, but yeah. But, yeah, and here's the thing, this is not a race. It could be a year from now when I finish this challenge. This is just something, this is so that I have stream content. If I don't know what to stream, I will work on this. Gotta Run 'Em All was really ambitious. This is still ambitious, but it's not, this has a limit. So that was something that, that's the reason I decided, that's another reason I decided to go with something like this. But yeah, I'm glad you guys like the list. Some of these games I'm very excited to finally get to. This gives me an incentive and a reason to do this. And here's the thing, I didn't want to say this last night because I wanted to save it for tonight because it would just make more sense, so I kind of had to sit on this for about a day. This project is primarily for myself. If people aren't watching me do this, if people aren't watching me learning these games and seeing how I'm doing, that's okay, because this is my project. This is what I want to do. So something like yesterday was, it was a project, or like it was an event that I was hoping I would get some chat activity, or, you know, just some activity in general. A couple of people did show up last night, which I do appreciate it, but this is a thing where I don't have to worry about that. I don't have to worry too much about chat interactivity. This is just something that I want to do because, well, a few reasons. 1, because I thought it was fun. 2, because some people still think I only play retro games, which is not true. It's kind of a pet peeve of mine, so, you know, time to finally play some more modern games, I guess. You know, it's one thing if people say, hey, you know, I like the retro stuff, but, you know, it'd be good to throw in a modern gamer once in a while. I like criticism like that, or at least I like feedback like that. I'm like, okay, I'll work it in, but instead, yeah, I don't mean to kind of be a passive-aggressive jerk, but it's, you know, my point being is that we're gonna get a lot of variety here, and it seems like there's at least one game that everybody likes, and they're excited to see me run. So that's true, yeah, and that's fine, but the way you worded that implies that you're either going for a joke or you literally are saying, oh, well, you don't play modern games, which isn't true, because I do. Yes, it's not common. That's not debatable. It's not debatable to say that it's rare for me to play a modern game. That's not debatable. That's true. But I do it. So yeah, that pretty much covers all the information. I have a Google. In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and try to make this public. Give me 1 second. Hang on a second. Sorry, give me 1 second. And what I can do is I can actually make a wait. So if I do anyone with the link, anyone who has the link. Wait, but how can I make this just public? And wait, hang on. Sorry, give me a second. This is confusing. Anyone on it with this link in view? Yes. Yes, that's what I want. Okay, I think I've finally got it now. A big 20-style race of only modern games? Don't give me any ideas. All right, let me know if this works. Let me know if that works, because I'll make a Twitch command for it later. That should take you to the challenge info and the game list. So you can see it if you missed anything. I am gonna highlight the reveal as well, in case anybody wants to hear some, hear me talking about all this. But yeah, that's the reveal. That's it. That is everything. If anybody still has any feedback they want to give or anything like that, let me know. I'm gonna probably stream for a couple more minutes so that I can answer any last questions or anything. I am officially out of water, so that's the sign that I need to stop. I will say I am feeling a lot better having done this reveal stream. I am feeling a lot better. I think it's because I'm finally going to get into something that I wanted to do, and something that's, something that's going to take my mind off of the stress of real life. Let me know if this document, does this work for you guys? Like, is it showing up? Are you guys seeing the challenge info? Are you seeing the game list? Or is it like blocking? You can view it perfectly? Sweet. Okay. Like I said, I will make a Nightbot command for that. You can't edit it? Good, because I don't want you guys doing that. I don't want you changing my list. Do not change my list. And yeah, and you can, on the game list side, you can see notes. So if you want to read some notes as to why certain games got in. I mean, I already kind of discussed it. But in case you're curious as to why a certain game is in this. But yeah. Now, let me say this. Let me say this. Before I go, and before I cut the highlight. If we're in 2022. Some of the pictures are inverted? They shouldn't be. They should not be. If they are, then let me know. I will see what's going on. Anyways. If we get to 2022, and if a game comes out that I like and that I want to run, I might do that game as a bonus. There's a chance. No promises. I'm not saying it's set in stone, but I'm saying maybe. Okay. My throat is officially wrecked. I need to rest my throat because I have to record an episode for my podcast. By the way, I don't think we've even tested this command yet. Okay, good. That's my podcast. If anybody is not familiar with that, I'm gonna cut the music here. But yeah, that's my podcast. If anybody wants to, I'm gonna go ahead and do this while I'm talking. That is my podcast. I have to record an episode for that tonight. I could do it tomorrow, but I'd rather do it tonight. There is going to be an episode going up Monday, and that's literally because... Oh, okay, you were in night mode. Actually, I want to... I should probably look at that. Thanks for letting me know. I probably should look at that. Can I even do that on here? Can I even do night mode in this? I don't know if I can. Yeah, I don't even know if I can. But anyways, before I go, any last questions, feedback, anything? If you guys have anything, let me know now before I cut stream. Because I'm going to probably go eat something, drink some more water, and then I got a podcast to record. And then I'm going to bed because I'm exhausted. I'll give you guys like 2 minutes, and then I'm going to call it. Now I can delete this PowerPoint. You're excited to watch all this? Nice. I'm glad you're excited. I'm glad you're excited. I'm excited too. I feel like I mean, some of these games I feel like are going to be really good, but there's also probably going to be a couple games that I think are going to be really bad and I'm going to hate, but that's part of this entire thing. Do I plan on running the games until a certain time or just till I'm satisfied? So the plan is satisfied at the time. So for example, let's say Goonies. No, hold on. Sorry. Back up. Let's say Quackshot. I get a time of 35 minutes, hypothetically. I'm satisfied for now, even though I made a 2-minute mistake. But I'm satisfied for now. We're moving on. That's going to be the plan. Now, for a game like Twilight Princess, I might just do one run and move on. So it will vary between games. It all just kind of depends. Good question. Good question. All right. Yeah, every game varies, and like the shortest game is probably going to be like 40 seconds. The longest game is going to be maybe 4 hours. We got a lot of variety here. And I will make some Twitter posts with a bunch of this stuff. I'll do that while I'm eating something. I probably need to eat something healthy tonight. I thought about putting a pizza in the microwave, but I'm like, I don't know, like I could handle a pizza. I don't know if my stomach could. So maybe I'll just eat something light or something. Nothing too much. Okay. Well, thank you guys for watching. I know this was a little bit spur of the moment. Am I going to make a little spot on the layout depicting which year? Yes. Yes. I don't know how I'm going to do that yet, but the answer is yes. I will figure that out later. But yes, that's a good question. I will do that. Don't know how I'm going to do it yet. But yeah. So yeah, I guess next stream we're going to start this project. We're going to get started next time. Now, I do have to say, real quick, side note, Donkey Kong on the Atari, that's the only game we're going to play on emulator. We are going to use emulator for that. I should have said that earlier. If I didn't, we're going to use emulator because I don't have an Atari. Okay. I'll archive tonight's stream. I will highlight this reveal so you guys can go back and watch it in case if I said something stupid and you want to call me out on it, you can go and clip it or whatever. That's it. Hang on, I'll turn the camera on. Wait. Oh, okay, my camera does cover that. Sweet. Just buy an Atari specifically for this. If it wasn't so expensive and so elusive. I almost didn't even put on clothes for this, except for underwear. I'm glad I put something on. By the way, Ariel, I didn't want to answer this last night because I wasn't in the mood to answer it. Sometimes I will have my camera off so that I can have something else showing there. But also, I guess I can talk about this just for a bit. Sometimes I get more nervous and more pressure if I'm showing my face. But just having the microphone, and plus with some, I mean, y'all know about my anxiety scenario. So sometimes if I just am having a little bit of anxiety, or if I'm just not comfortable showing my face, then I won't. But yeah, I still can use a microphone okay. Obviously text is fine, like text messaging and email, that's not an issue. I don't have a problem. But yeah, I knew you were not asking that because you're like, why isn't your camera on? Turn your camera on. I knew you weren't doing that. I have had that happen before, by the way. But I don't talk to that person anymore, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, it's okay to ask if you're curious, but that's my answer, is that sometimes I feel just more social pressure, and You know, if my anxiety kind of kicks in at certain points, which I do sometimes worry about, then you don't have to see that happening. You can hear me talk, and you can see the gameplay and, you know, that kind of stuff. But it's something I want to work on, but in order to work on it, I have to actually take a step back. So, and taking a step back is to turn the camera off for a bit. So, yeah, the only reason I have my camera on is so that you know what I look like. That's literally the only reason I have a camera, is so that people would know what I look like. They could put a face to my voice. Yeah, nothing bad happened. I probably should have said that, but yeah, nothing bad happened. But yeah, it's just if my anxiety is a little bit too high, or if I've just been stressed, you know, just so that we can focus on the game and just talking instead of you guys seeing because I can't see you guys. I can see your username, but I can't see you guys. I can't see how you're perceiving what I'm saying. Like, what are your facial expressions? What are your nonverbal expressions? I can't see that, but you can see mine. And that can kind of get to me because I have trouble picking up on that. So, yeah. Inadvertently, we just had a short real talk session, but yeah, I'll leave that in the highlight and all that. But yeah, my hair is growing. I actually didn't even need the headphones to stay on, but I was liking that music, so I left it on. And plus, like, that music playlist, if it all of a sudden turned into like you know, bass boost crap, then yeah, I'm growing my hair out, so I'm glad you like it. Everyone who's seen it says that they like it. So I am out of water. I am not sponsored by Deer Park, by the way. So I'm gonna go get some water and eat something, record the podcast, and then I'll probably crash because I've had a rough few days. So with Hannah Montana hair, if you Photoshop that and you put that on Twitter, I'll retweet it. Okay. Seriously, I gotta stop here. I have to stop because my throat's killing me. And I'm done. I'm done. I have to stop here. That's a great place to stop, is talking about freaking Hannah Montana. Have a good night, everybody. I don't know when the next stream will be, but when I know, I will let you guys know, and we will start this challenge. Hold on. Sorry. One last little note. The next big 20, if I decide to participate in that, we will pause this project, and then we'll go back to it after that. Just saying, that's it. I'm done. Seriously. That I promise you now. I promise you, we're done now. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Have a good night. Take care.